It's fair to say, over the last week or so, I've spent far too long on a screen. I'm sure there will be someone out there who is also feeling the same, getting headaches, spending too long on a screen, and is probably looking for some sort of activities to do at home. These are going to be a range of different activities that you can do without a screen. Starting from here, there's a range of different activities that you can do. It follows two main themes: be creative and be active. An assault course is a fantastic way to be active. An assault course can involve lots of different things around the home, such as tables, chairs, and then you can start to get things like bedding. You can make your assault course really long by getting more equipment, or make it more challenging by just being creative with the things that you have available. One really good assault course is a game called The Floor is Lava. So let's go to my favourite place, the fridge. So got a couple of cushions, let's go. Can't touch the floor. You can move them. Of course, you could grab more things, such as your tables, and then you can grab a chair so that you have to climb over the chair to get over. Can't take that, I'll need to take the cushion with me. I'll have to bring that over. But then I'll have to bring the cushion with me, and you'll get the idea. If you add more things, different diversity, you'll create a better assault course. Fridge complete. From there, we start to look at target games. There's loads of different target games. As a basketball player, you could set up a mini hoop. You could set up tea bags and try and get tea bags into a mug. You could then bring things like a Nerf gun in and have that as part of your assault course. Once you're finished with your assault course, you can then get the things that you were using as part of your assault course and start to form a reading den. All you'll need is a table and some materials to cover the table. You can get the cushions, throw them under the table, get a large blanket type material, and then start to cover and create your reading den area. The beauty of having a reading den is that you can read. Reading is a fantastic activity that is non-screen related. When you're not in school, one of the best things to do is to read books that you enjoy. I love traveling. Obviously staying at home, it's difficult to travel, so I love to read about traveling. So make sure that you read about things that you are interested in. If you want to capture the memory, the next activity that you could potentially do is photography. Now, photography is sort of screen related, but it is a great opportunity to be creative. You can start to look at capturing those memories inside. If you haven't got a camera, don't worry, you could just use the camera tool, only allowed to use the camera tool, on your phone. And if you haven't got one of those things, then you can start to use something fantastic called your imagination. Start to bring your two things together and you've got yourself a frame. You could then bring those together and then think about a frame. Once you've done that, you can then draw a picture of that activity so that you can then memorize and remember that permanently. Another non-screen related activity that I like to do to get my mind going is puzzles and games. If you come over here, you'll see a really big puzzle. If you don't fancy doing something like this, then you don't have to do something like this. But there is no better feeling than finally finding that piece. In addition to that, you can create your own puzzle. You could take that picture that you took earlier and you could cut that picture up and turn it into your own puzzle. Coming from that, you can then start to create your own games. Games are really fantastic, so grab a board game and you can play that. There's so many different board games that you potentially play, but you could also be creative and create your own. Again, there is no better feeling than beating someone as they slide down the snake that you have drawn within your own game of snakes and ladders. Not only can you create your own game, you can be creative in other ways. You could potentially sit with a partner and create your own language. You could create your own secret code. That'd be fantastic. So rather than have the alphabet, you could have a picture towards each letter, almost like the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. So that could be a really good idea too. If you still feel like being creative and feel like building, we're going to move over to the next range of activities that we can potentially do. I guarantee that over time you will build up lots of different bits of junk. One thing that you can do with that junk is start to model. If you've got things like Lego, fantastic, but if you don't, then have your junk available and start to collect those things. So you could start by having that collection activity where you go and see what is available in your house to create art or models from. And then from there you can either cut this up or you can see if you can do something like make a castle. Oh, that's not going to happen. My very quick makeshift castle. Making music. Music is a fantastic way of being creative, but also can be a way of being active. If you haven't got a musical instrument in your home, it really doesn't matter because you can use this junk modeling to create things like your own drum kit. Fill these bottles up to a range of different levels, and before you know it, you've got yourself a makeshift drum set. You can either have them as sticks, or you can start to set up pots and pans and maybe have a drumming kit yourself. Make sure you ask your parents' permission before that one because it could get a little bit loud. Moving those to the side and moving on to the next thing, list making. I'm sure that your parents will need lots of support with things around the home. You can start to make lists about a range of different things. You could start and see what items in your home are made out of plastic or cardboard. You could also make a list of all of the items that begin with a specific letter or are of a certain colour. There are so many different types of lists that you could make. You could also make lists about things that you would like to do in the future. There are definitely a range of different lists that you could write in your book. From here, you could also write a range of different things. Going back to the music point, you could write your own song or your own rap. With this notepad, you can do a range of other things too. You can write a letter to someone who means a lot to you in your life, such as your mum, or just a brother or sibling, or maybe even your teacher. You could also do something to be kind to someone who perhaps is lonely and stuck inside, such as someone like an elderly person. Being aware of your environment is also a fantastic activity to start to try and think about. If we go outside, from here, there's so many things that you can do. You can grab some pens and start to see what you can draw. Draw the environment around you. If you're trying to be mindful, you can start to think about your environment even deeper and think about what you can taste, see, smell, hear, and maybe touch. It's definitely metal and I definitely taste sand. In addition to that, you can also spend some time thinking about what this area would look like from above. Maybe try and think about drawing a map of your environment outside. Some cool birds. Maybe I could include those in my bird's eye view of that environment. Hopefully you found this video useful in some way and you've gained some ideas that you could do at home that aren't specifically related to using a screen. If you have, feel free to like the video, I really appreciate that. And if you're new to my videos, I usually make a range of teaching and traveling videos, so feel free to subscribe in the corner and hopefully I will see you in the next one. For now, I'm out.